I know our mum was looking down on us today because I know that she would have killed to be here. Because you've done so much for yourself. And I think it's just really great the way everything turned out. And I'm really happy for you guys. And all the best. And let's have fun for the rest of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the maid of honour and bride's sister, Michelle Costantino. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next spot is actually normally reserved for the best man, of which the speech will be given. But unfortunately, David Bartoloni had a slight accident a couple of weeks ago, and unfortunately cannot speak for himself at this point in time. So he's gone to measures and lengths, and he has recorded his speech on CD tonight. So if I can please ask you all to put your hands together for David Bartoloni, and please listen to the CD.
I have everybody's attention, please. If you are hearing this pre-recorded message, then I guess it means that I am unfortunately unable to present my best man speech live here tonight, as I've just come out of surgery. I do apologise for this, but I have pre-recorded my speech in case this situation arose. So here is my speech I prepared earlier. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would like to thank you all for coming tonight and helping to make James and Nella's wedding such a memorable and special occasion. Personally, I wish you had all just stayed home. It would have made my job so much easier. For those who don't know me, my name is David, and I'm James' closest friend and best man. I tried hard to memorise the speech, and will do the best I can. But don't be surprised if I refer to my notes every 5 seconds. Although my job over the past several months has consisted of many different aspects, the main priorities were to make sure James showed up to the wedding on time, that he was sober, and that he looked handsome. Hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I mean, I'm no plastic surgeon. James is a wonderful individual that could be described as handsome, entertaining, intelligent, and of course charming. And perhaps one day he will be. In all seriousness, James is funny, clever, hardworking, fearless, and... Hey James, what else did you write here? I'm having trouble reading your handwriting. I must say, I've had some fun and memorable times with James over the years. From way back in 2002 and 2003, painting our faces black and white and wearing black and white afro wigs, supporting the Mighty Pies. Those dreams were shattered when he was converted to the red and black because he received some free t-shirts and some footy boots from the guys down there wrestling. I think he's slowly starting to realise he made a bad choice. Another memorable moment was when James and I went down to Port Tarleton for a few days. It was a hot day, so we decided to go for a swim. Now James can be a bit of a show-off at times, and this time he probably tried a bit too hard. Now this part of the beach was quiet, and when I say quiet, I mean there was just James and myself in the water and 2 young girls in the sand. Now I don't know what he did, but I turned my head the other way for a split second, heard a splash, turned back around to James, and there he was, holding his shoulder. He said to me, "Dave, I've popped my shoulder." I replied, "No, you didn't. Are you kidding me?" Again. And there he was, holding his arm up, trying to get his shoulder back into place. And by this time, James was an experienced campaigner with popping out and popping back in his shoulder, including one time his shoulder popped out after giving me a high five when Stevie Gerrard scored a goal for Liverpool while we were out having a drink one night. He popped his shoulder out and in 4 times that night, but this time he couldn't manage to do it. So it was Dave to the rescue. The 2 young girls he was trying to show off to were sunbaking. So I ran over towards them and asked if I could use their mobile to call the ambulance. I bet the girls were thinking at first that I was joking and that it was a master plan to try and get their phone number. They soon realised that I wasn't joking. Anyway, I thanked the girls and off we went to the front of the campsite to wait for the ambulance. We waited and waited and waited. Still no sign of them. I called the ambulance back to find out where they were, and the lady informed me that they're on their way, so we waited some more. During this time, poor Jane was in complete agony. We'd been waiting about 40 minutes and still there was no sign of them. So I've called them back again, and the ladies told me that the ambulance was stuck in traffic because of a Marsha Hines and Lionel Richie concert. I said to the lady, "Are you kidding me? Can't they just put their sirens on and go around the traffic?" The lady informed me that it was not an emergency, so they couldn't put their sirens on. I sure bet it was an emergency for poor James. The lady said it could be a bit of a wait and suggested I drive James to meet the ambulance where they were stuck in traffic. So it was they to the rescue once again. I had the difficult task of driving James to meet the ambulance halfway between Port Tarleton and the Geelong Hospital without putting him in any more pain than he already was. I had specific orders from James to go as fast as possible, but as smooth as possible. Try not to go over any bumps we ordered. Easier said than done, James, when you're travelling at over 100 kilometres an hour. From now on, James, no more showing off in public, please, and no more high fives either. At least while I'm around anyway. James, I personally want to thank you for the opportunity you've given me today, and especially that you have finally admitted, after all these years, that I am in fact the best man. Before I finish my speech, Nella, would you please place your hand palm side down on the table next to James? Now James, would you please place your hand on top of Nella's hand? I know you're probably wondering what am I doing, but I just wanted to show you, James, that this is the last time in your life that you will have the upper hand. In all seriousness, James, I want you to know that I've been honoured in serving you as best man. You married someone very beautiful and special, and I have no doubt that the two of you will have a lifetime of loving memories. Would you all please stand, raise your glasses and join me as we celebrate this very special day and pay respect to the bride and groom. To the happy couple, we wish you years of laughter, adventure, good health and fortune, and never-ending love. Here's to the new Mr. and Mrs. James Stavropoulos.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the best man, Mr. David Baccaroni. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to our next speaker. From the best man tonight, we come to the man of the night. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the groom, Mr. James Stavropoulos.
I didn't really want to go now. That's a very good speech, isn't it? A comedian, very heartfelt one, two heartfelt ones. Here goes anyway. Before I begin, I'd like to take the time to acknowledge a few people who have been able to make it tonight, and I'm sure you can down us from above. Nella's mother Coral, my grandfather Dimitri, and Nick's mother Rena, and brother George. We've been blessed to have you in our lives. You're gone, but never forgotten. Thank you, guys. It's been a very humbling experience to look around the room tonight and see so many people Nella and I hold close to our hearts. I realise a lot of our guests have travelled a long way to be with us tonight, and for this we are truly grateful. I would like to express a special thank you to my cousin Vicky and her husband Michael for making the long trip down from Sydney to help Nella and I celebrate this special day. Thank you guys, we love you both. To my new father-in-law Paul, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me your daughter's hand in marriage. I promise to look after her, honour and respect her for the rest of my life. I can't thank you enough for welcoming me and my mother into your family and home, even though you enjoy taking the mickey out of the Greeks. Thank you, Paul. To my parents, the most important people here in this room tonight, apart from my beautiful wife, what can I say? Our relationship goes a lot further than normal parents and relationship, but also best friends. To my mum, well, words can't express what you mean to me. You've been inspiration and pillar of strength to me throughout my life. As a child, I watched you work so hard to make sure I had everything I wanted and needed.